Hi everyone, I'm going to get us a tarot reading for November 9th, 2025. So I've got my two favorite tarot decks today, and I'm going to see if there's anything helpful for the collective, anything that they need to know, just general soul support and soul guidance. Okay, what came out there? That came out on top of this card too. That's interesting. I almost feel like I should take the top card. Two of Swords. Interesting. And what is this top card? Knight of Swords. Interesting. Okay, then I'm feeling called to pick up this deck now. Okay, is there anything? Two of Swords, Knight of Swords. Five of Cups in reverse. So no longer crying over spilt milk, and instead seeing the rainbows of abundance. What else is going on here? Some kind of discernment thing. Okay. Page of Pentacles. You know, we've been getting a lot of energy about this financial project that someone's been working on. This is in reverse. And what is this? The Four of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. So there's something about exiting a lack mindset here. There's something about seeing that new opportunity, and it looks like maybe whatever energy was misaligned before is starting to align. So like you're no longer in that stuck space. You're starting to get out of that lack mentality. You're starting to see options. Maybe you were able to restabilize and get clarity on whatever was to be done to kind of correct whatever project hadn't worked out the first time. So it looks like I'm almost getting the idea that it's been like saved, but maybe there's still some uncertainty about it. And there's still some things interesting. And there's still some things that need to be clarified. Ace of Swords. Yeah. So this still searching for the mental answers here. And this fell out. The Nine of Wands. Interesting. So that suggests like, let's get a little more. What is the Nine of Wands about? Okay. Anything else? No. Okay. Ooh. Okay, Five of Swords wants to show its face. What are you about? And we got here the World, Death. Interesting. Wow. The Four of Swords. And what is this? I feel upright. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, that's kind of what I felt here with the Nine of Wands too. I was almost wondering if it was Nine of Pentacles. So there's some kind of personal fulfillment here. The project is coming to fruition. It's working out. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm back. Some of the things I was getting is this is about this is going to be a longer reading today, guys. So sorry about that, but bear with me. So some of what I'm getting here is about something being unmasked, like Two of Swords. Interesting. There's something being unmasked here. I was seeing in this Devil card or this Death card with this kind of like a revelation after the rest. And so like something from Spirit is trying to show its face. Something is trying to come to clarity. The world is trying to spin. So I almost feel the Wheel of Fortune from this image a little bit. So it's trying to like, and it looks like you're on the right track. So this is almost encouragement that like whatever shift you've done towards addressing the situation that was stuck is working. And so it's like continue on that path, and it looks like clarity right now is the piece. Mental clarity, ideas is the piece that's still lacking more so than other things. So it looks like there's been some kind of a shift here, a shift in the energy. And I wanted to know some more about what this Five of Swords was about, which is why I started shuffling again, because I was like, what is this Five of Swords about? And then this fell out right on top of the Two of Swords too, as I was talking about something being uncovered. So Page of Swords in reverse. Seven of Cups in reverse. How interesting. Knight of Wands again. This is, yeah, in reverse again. So you did slow down. Four of Swords has come out twice. And Seven of Swords resistant. Interesting. What? Resisting what? Fighting off something? Not being open to whatever's trying to come through. Not being free enough. Not being like childlike wonder enough in order to perceive whatever kind of spiritual clarity is trying to come forward with that idea that it wants to offer. And maybe you have too many choices that are already on your mind, but none of them are actually the one that Spirit wants to give you. So these are all your own generation. And so it might actually be blocking you because you're so much in your own headspace about it that you're not able to hear. You're not able to hear the message that spirit wants to give you that's outside of your mind, but wants to come into your mind. But right now it's like your mind is blocked because you're so much in your own spinnings of your own generated ideas that you can't see. And this is what this is about. This is an ego trick. So the ego actually will play that like you think you have control over it and like you want to solve it yourself. And so your ego mind will spin and spin and spin and spin and spin, but that will hold you back from perceiving the truth, like the intuitive truth here. And so in a way that's actually like stabbing yourself in the back, because spirit wants to give you this clarity and this new idea to help you along towards whatever the project fulfillment here is. But if you stay in that ego tricky space thinking that this is the way you're going to solve it is by thinking about it, you're actually blocking yourself from receiving the real thought that's trying to come through. So I think that is what I am seeing here today. So it sounds like getting quiet, that meditation energy, because the Four of Swords came out twice. And so meditating, quieting the mind, quieting the ego, listening for the intuitive truth, again, is going to reveal what the actual next step here is as far as ideas, because there's a lot of ideas on the board right now being considered, like Seven of Cups in reverse, and none of them are likely to be the right one. And even if they are, you won't be able to decide carefully unless you're quiet and still. So I think it's just saying like, don't resist. And so like that ego energy here is too. So like you're like, this is in reverse, right? Because if this is like resisting something that probably should be resisted, in reverse, this is like that thought energy is you resisting the answer that spirit is trying to give you. And so Knight of Wands in reverse, I mean, this has come out in the very first reading when this energy got brought forward. This feels like some big corporation energy, like some big project that's happening at a company or something. It's fascinating. And Knight of Wands, what is it? This was the initial card that came out earlier in one of the very first readings here. So how does that tie in? Can I maybe just get a little bit more on this Knight of Wands here? I almost wonder if I want to grab another deck. Goddess Power. So I'm going to grab that right now. We got ourselves the Goddess Power Oracle, and I am going to see, and this is just a little note I have to myself that I wrote down from the guidebook about how the deck is organized. So this always just sits on top of my cards. And so Goddess Oracle here. So let me see if we can get anything, because I wanted to clarify the Knight of Wands a little bit, because that started out this whole energy cycle that I've been picking up on every day. And so like, can we get a little bit more clarification? What is this Knight of Wands about? Okay, I'm going to ask about the Knight of Wands, please. And if something else wants to come out, then it can pop out in a second shuffle, okay, cards? So we want to look at the Knight of Wands. What is the Knight of Wands about? Can you tell me something about the Knight of Wands in reverse? Can I get a card, please? Sometime? Any day now? Okay. Thank you. And let's see here. What did we get? Kali, liberation. Whoa, that's an intense energy. Hecate, the in-between. The idea being birthed, that makes total sense. What is this here? Maat, truth in reverse. Ace of Swords. Yes, you haven't received that intuition yet. It hasn't become clear. You haven't been able to hear it. Hestia, home in reverse. What? Moving away from something that traditionally feels like the way that your company would operate. So whatever the idea trying to come through here is, maybe part of the reason you can't hear it too is because maybe your intuition is already picking up on it, but it's different from your normal like company philosophy or modus operandi. So you're not trusting it a little bit. And so that's actually blocking it out, because you're like, that can't be it. That can't be what is trying to come through. And lazy, revelation in reverse. Yeah. So Knight of Wands. How is that about the Knight of Wands? Because the idea is so shocking and seems so drastically different from what you expect that you're actually holding yourself back from hearing it. And the fact that you're not allowing yourself to grab hold of that intuitive idea, the correct one coming from spirit, it's not allowing this project to quickly shoot forward upright towards whatever direction it's going towards for the fulfillment. So this Knight of Wands in reverse this time is showing that there's like a stuck, because if this energy does want to move fast again, the only way that's going to happen is when the right idea is heard. So let's work on our intuition and our meditative energy and getting quiet so that we can hear and keeping an open mind. I feel like these cards are suggesting that a lot because you never know, like spirit could literally give you anything. And so there's a certain element of trust here. And even if it doesn't, like, it's not how you would normally work, if you listen to the idea honestly and it makes sense in both your mind and your heart, then even if it's really different, it might be a good direction to go if you feel called to do so. And like, use your intuition and your own discernment on that one. You're going to be responsible for your own choices at the end of the day. But I almost feel like there's like a little bit of a leap of faith here. And I almost wonder if this World card now was talking about that energy where there's this like broadness. So the intuition is showing that like whatever the true idea that's going to come through is, it's bigger than what you're seeing right now. And so like your own mindset of like, well, that's not normally how we operate might actually be limiting the possibilities, because maybe this idea is going to be something new that's outside of your box that you guys haven't tried before or haven't considered. So I think that's what I'm seeing for you guys today. And I hope this was helpful. This was a very fun reading. And I wish you guys a lot of joy, a lot of peace, and a lot of success. I think the peace, especially like getting quiet and taking some time to like just open up your mind and get quiet, calm down all of the swirling thoughts. That'll be really helpful for you guys now. I'd love to hear if this resonated in the comments. That would really help me out. And like I said, I'm going to wish you guys joy and peace and success. And I'm going to say goodbye. See y'all later.